All right, we got this ballistic gelatin out here. We got this 70 caliber rifle cartridge in this 7150 lever action rifle. Hello and welcome to Lever Guns 50. Today we have this 1887 Winchester, and this bad boy is in 7150. And today we have it using smokeless powder, and we got over 4,700 foot-pounds of muzzle energy out of it, with a TKO of 137, and that's way more than a 577 nitro as far as TKO, not energy. There's a difference because TKO is like taking the momentum value versus the diameter of the bullet and the weight of the bullet and putting them all together and coming up with something that's called TKO, and it's the knockout value of the cartridge. So its TKO is king among all lever actions. I mean, this is a huge, huge gun, producing an enormous amount of recoil too because it's so light. So we're in the process of getting one with a 26-inch octagon barrel to give it more weight, and also to see how much more velocity we can get out of it with that longer barrel, just for grins and giggles, because if you're using black powder, you're going to get a whole lot more velocity out of a longer barrel, I would think. So these big old bullets, they mushroomed out to 1 inch and 5/16, and that's huge. So we want to show you this compared to the other two most powerful lever actions, and we're going to just line all three of the most powerful lever actions up here, and you might be surprised, but they're all designed by John Moses Browning, and they were all in the Winchester line. So Winchester takes the top three. Just to clarify a few things before we get started, this was originally a 12 gauge, and it's an 1887. It was originally a 12 gauge, and it uses these big old brass 12 gauge shotgun shells, and these are neck down to 70 caliber. They originally would have been, if they were straight wall, they would have been 72 caliber like a 12 gauge. But these are neck down, kind of like the original was back in 1888 when they come out with this cartridge. And we're in the process of developing a rifle similar to this. So we're just doing a reproduction on that. I mean, obviously if we left it 12 gauge, it'd be 72 caliber, and you know, but that's not historical, and we're trying to do something historical here. So that's just to get that out of the way, because a lot of people keep asking about it. So it's just a 12 gauge brass cartridge, neck down to 70 caliber. And this is a fully rifled barrel. That's why it's called a rifle. We have the 1886 and 4590. This 4590 with a 405 grain bullet will produce 4,900 foot-pounds of energy. This here is an 1887, and it is in 70-150, and its maximum power that we've come out with so far is 4,700 foot-pounds. And this here is an 1886, and this is in 50-110, and its maximum power is 6,400 foot-pounds of energy. So just raw energy, the 50-110 is the most powerful. However, if you take in the diameter of the bullet, the weight of the bullet, and all that momentum value stuff, and you calculate the knockout power, this one here is king, because the 900 grain bullet doing 1,536 feet a second, it produces a knockout value of 137, where this one here, its maximum knockout value is only 90, and the 4570 maximum knockout value is only 60. So this reigns king in that realm. However, in just raw kinetic energy, the 50-110 still reigns king with its 6,400 foot-pounds. However, today we're doing this gun right here, and we're going to shoot smokeless powder, and we're going to do that 1,536 feet a second into some ballistic gelatin, and it really knocks that stuff for a loop. So we're going to take a look at that. The first shot we're shooting to the ballistic gelatin is doing 1,400 feet a second, and it's going to be, I believe, this bullet here. The second one is doing 1,536 feet a second. It's going to be this bad boy right here. And this bad boy expanded out good too. It went, I'm not sure, it's hard to see, but I think if you watch the video you can see, I'm not sure if it hit the pants and bounced back underneath the gelatin and fell out, but you'll see it fall out if you pay close attention when that ballistic gelatin's bouncing around. So without further ado, we're going to shoot this right here, 1887 in 70 150, and see what it does. Cartridge, going to stick it down in this big old gun and shoot this ballistic gelatin, see what it'll do. This is a 900 grain bullet going over 1400 feet a second. Look at the size of that wound channel coming down through there. That bullet stopped right there. That bullet went 22.5 inches. Still weighs 855 grains. Look how pretty that thing mushroomed out. (1,536 feet a second). I don't know what you guys thought about that video. I thought it was pretty cool. This bad boy right here has some power. Now that last load with the 1,500 feet a second, that had the same recoil as a 30-06 if you added 100 foot-pounds of recoil to that. So it had 119 foot-pounds of recoil, which you notice it actually pulled it out of my hand. I needed to grip it just a little bit harder, and it come out of my hand, and I was trying to get a hold on it. But if you'll notice, that is a lot of recoil. I'm just not quite used to it. I'm used to more like in the low, the mid 80s to the low 70s, somewhere in that range. And 119 is just a little bit more than I'm used to, and I'll just have to hold on a little bit tighter. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I hope you come back and see me. God bless each and every one of you.